What is up, everybody? It is Wick here. We're going to some garage sales today. Looking at this one, I see some Legos. They're overpriced. Not really overpriced, they're just priced too high to really make any money. Nothing special. And as I'm walking along here, I start seeing video games. I see a Nintendo 64, Sega Mini, what other kind of things, all kinds of things. But I'm also seeing the price. And then over here, there's a lot of games, controllers. I see stuff in plastic cases, like display cases, and I realized right away, it's just a reseller or somebody who's a collector and knows what they have. So don't really get too excited about it. I do get a little bit excited looking through these Nintendo games. I see this Rainbow Island. For some reason, I was thinking Rainbow Island was a rare game, but it's not. I looked it up just to be sure. It's worth about the $30 they had on it. Yeah, nothing there for me. At this sale, guy has a PlayStation 2. It's missing the cables and stuff like that. And Jurassic Park there for, I think it was $50, which is, I think, a pretty rare game. I don't even know if it's worth $50. It probably is. But when you see that, people's looked up stuff on eBay. There's really no point in trying to work out a deal. Here's a mask and some other Halloween stuff. And a lot of this stuff, again, was just priced a little too high to really buy and flip. Here's a Pennywise hat for $2. I go ahead and buy that. I think it's cool. And it is worth a little bit of money. So pick that up for a couple bucks. Checking out the clothing, not really seeing anything. And if you've noticed, the footage looks a little different. I am wearing the Meta glasses now, so you're going to see some different types of footage in these videos. Basically, whatever I'm looking at, you'll see. I think it turned out pretty well, but you can't do a wide screen recording onto those glasses, so it's cropped a little on the sides. I could zoom it in so it is widescreen, for editing, but I think it looks bad because everything's too zoomed in. So I like it like this. You let me know what you think in the comments. Should be able to get some good shots of me sourcing. Just picked up those Iron Age boots there, pretty good boots, but I see this globe, $25. It's not one that lights up, which is really what's desirable. I don't even know if it's vintage. It's from Cincinnati University, some sort. I tried to look it up. I couldn't find any information. Just too big. I don't want to mess with it. It's probably worth a decent amount of profit, though. Here's some American Girl stuff, which is priced kind of high. Looking at the clothing, I can't remember how much it was. I've been seeing so much American Girl doll stuff recently. It's hard to keep track. Here's some vintage toys I'm looking at. I'm not sure exactly what those are. I just picked up. See this Danner box? I was hoping there's Danner boots. I assume there wasn't. There's not. But in this tote here, there's a bunch of vintage My Little Pony stuff for $20. And I'm looking at it. It's not in good shape. It's dirty. Some of the pieces are broken, but I want to dig through and look at some of these ponies and see if there's any I recognize as being rare and valuable. Like the one that has hamburgers and hot dogs on it, I think is a pretty good one, but you can probably tell in the footage that this stuff is pretty dirty, and I just don't want to mess with it. Though if it was Ninja Turtles and it was in this condition, vintage, I would have bought it in a heartbeat. But My Little Pony, I'm just, not enough money in it to clean those up and sell them, unless there's something special there, and I didn't see anything. Here at this garage sale, we got a Louisville Slugger glove. Ended up being $3 when I picked it up. Picked up a few gloves today. This is a community sale going on, so it was 2 days. Went to both days and ended up finding some great stuff. Of course, I go over everything in the haul part of the video, so if you're not into this footage of me looking at the garage sales, you can skip to that. See everything I found. And many of the items, don't make it into this garage sale footage just because the glasses are weird. They only record for 3 minutes at a time. So if they turn off and I don't notice they turn off, then I don't record anything. And that happened today. The best find of the day, actually, the camera was off when I found it. So it's just frustrating. I don't know why they just won't let you record as long as you can. And the battery doesn't last long in these things. So I can't record every sale, but I do get a lot of good footage, I think. And looking at the Thomas, the tank engine stuff, It took a long time to sell the last lot I got, so I just passed on that stuff. It was priced kind of high. But if you do enjoy these types of videos, make sure to hit that like button for me. I'd really appreciate it. Helps the video out a lot. Here's some sort of like mini rummage sale I came across, and see a couple of Nintendo games here, a sports game, and one of them is Lion King on the Super Nintendo. $5, so decided to grab that. I think it's like a $15 game. It's in good condition. Hard to leave a Super Nintendo game. It's not a sports game. Here's a vintage Alf plush. And I didn't see a price on it. When I asked, they told me $20. That's just too much to spend on that. Got some decent shoes over here, but they're youth, so kind of avoid them. Probably some money in them. But I also got that Ninja chopper back there, which is pretty good. It was only $2.
Feel free to look through here. I've got it covered. There's some other stuff in there too.
Levi, if you want to go out back, you go out back.
Inside of this tote, look in, there's some hats, some okay hats, and a Harry Potter wand for $1. It's like one of those remotes. We didn't pick that up because, I don't know, they sell for like 15, plus I kind of like Harry Potter. Here's a cool sale. Lots of toys. I see this Turtles figure, which is vintage, but not an original 80s one of the tall figures. And I start digging in here and seeing a lot of new toys, but then I see this. If you saw it there, I've talked about those on the channel before. Really good. At first, I thought it was insanely good because just my memory not working right, but still worth picking up. Here's something I picked up. I don't know why I thought that was a Halo figure. I'm like, oh, some of the Halo stuff is good. And this was a weird sale because the guy would not really give me prices on stuff. And he's like, oh, some of the toys are priced different than other toys. And I'd ask him the price and he would tell me something really high, or he wouldn't want to tell me at all. So I don't know. I just started grabbing a few things that I liked, like the Imaginext Power Ranger stuff there. And I ended up getting all of it, though, for $10, which was strange because some of the taller Ninja Turtles, he was telling like $10 a piece on. So I don't know. Again, I don't know. It's just weird, right? I probably would have bought more here if the prices were more discussed, but there's some more Power Rangers toys in there. Looks like I forgot to get that other Power Rangers toys. I was wondering. A little pile over here, maybe.
Yeah.
Stuff I'm interested in.
Yeah, let's.
What about this stuff?
Oh, the WWE stuff. Probably about
2 rings, there's a belt and some action.
probably about $50 for all of it.
50. So that wrestling stuff, that ring sells with the figures like that, probably for around $75 on eBay, but he wanted like $50 for it all. So just had to pass on the wrestling stuff. Like I said, the prices were just random. Here's some jarts, metal tipped ones. Of course, you can't sell those on eBay. I sold some nylon tipped ones recently though for $130. You can sell those at flea markets for like $50 to $75 depending on the condition. I don't sell at flea markets really. So some chess pieces there though I wanted to pick up, vintage from the 40s for only, I think it was $3, so not bad. How much are your darts over there?
The what?
Lawn darts?
Oh, I got 60 on them.
60.
There's 2 sets in there because 2 of them are in rough shape.
So yeah, the jarts, wanted $60 for him, so not even going to buy those, to flip locally at a flea market or something at that price. But I do see the Rock Band keyboard, which I sold one of these a few years ago for like $50, but the prices went down. If I knew that, I probably wouldn't have bought it. It was only $3, so I'll still make money. This was a really good sale. Here's a Hello Kitty little CD player, which has some surprising value. And a Miss Pac-Man game I ended up picking up. I thought it was Jack's Pacific. It's another brand, so it was not as good as I was thinking. But at this sale, this is when the camera, the glasses turned off. So, but I'm just looking at this stuff, and out of the blue, the lady just says, "Would you be interested in a Game Boy?" And usually I'm the one asking at video games, or asking for video games at garage sales, right? I guess because I was buying that Miss Pac-Man, she just thought maybe I'd be interested in it. So got a Game Boy SP and a lot of good games. So not bad. Yeah, here's a Marvel motorcycle helmet, and you know what? I was gonna look that up, and before I got a chance, she mentioned the Game Boy, so just ended up forgetting completely about that one. But I think that motorcycle helmet might be like $100. I don't know what it was priced at there. Can't remember exactly. It seemed like it was only like $20. Kind of forgot about that. It happens. You get distracted. So it is what it is. At this sale, I see a wrestling ring just like the one, or one of the ones I saw that was priced too high. This one was only a couple bucks, I think, so I do end up picking that up because I'm going to be selling some figures I'll put with it. Here's a bunch of hats, $3 a piece for most of them. Ended up picking up some decent hats, some Vans hats, a couple sports hats, but yeah, it ended up being a good day overall. Many good finds. It's time to go over them. Let's do it. Have a huge garage sale haul to show you. I suppose we could start here with these Mega Bloks Dragons. Both boxes are filled with parts. It was $20 for both boxes. I scanned a couple pieces and it was looking good, so I went ahead and bought them. I wasn't sure how well they'd do, but I saw some pretty large lots like this selling for $150 to over $200. One of the sets I saw what piece come from sold for $70 pre-owned. So I can safely say there's going to be at least $100 profit in there. What I'm probably going to do is just sell it all together. Do a little bit of research to see, how much I can get exactly once I dig into it and see what's in there. Found one of these sealed a couple weeks ago at a garage sale also. Here's some random stuff. Here's an Xbox 360. Look how dirty this thing is. It's got mud all over it. It was only $1. The person did not know if it even worked. No cables or anything. So for $1, even if it doesn't work, I can make money selling it for parts. GE micro cassette recorder. Not a great one. I should be able to sell this for like $20, $25. And then we got a Funai DVD recorder. This is like the third Funai DVD recorder I've gotten this year. But I paid $5 for it. The person didn't know if it worked. There's no remote. I do have remotes that work with these. Funai, Magnavox, they all use pretty much the same remote and they'll work. If it is working, I should still be able to sell it for like $75. Paid $3 for this keyboard. This is for Rock Band 3. Now, I sold one of these a few years ago. I could have swore I sold it for like $75. So I'm like, oh, it's probably worth that or more because a lot of the Rock Band stuff has been going up in value. However, it looks like it's only selling for like $25, $30 plus shipping, something like that. For paying $3, I'll make some money on it, but it was a little disappointed when I got home and looked it up. So up here on the table, got this Harry Potter wand. I found it in a tote digging in a garage sale. She said she thought it was never used. Looks like it's never been used. I think they sell for like $15, $20. So new open box like this, I should definitely be able to make at least $10 profit on that. I also got this Radio Shack Sports Citizen Band receiver. And this one was a bit tricky to find. I did see some over the past 3 years. There's some different models that look like this. This particular one looked like I could probably sell it for $30. I think I don't know if I paid $3 for that or $5 for that. I don't remember. But I've sold some Radio Shack band radios like that before, certain ones, CBs and stuff, and gotten like around $80 for them. So just bought that blind. I'll definitely make money on it. Next to it, I got this low chess set. This is vintage. This is actually from 1945. Only $3. Got the box with it, got the paperwork, which is in really good condition for the age. But look at the pieces. They got this like pink swirl going on with them, and these are more, I don't know if you can tell in the camera, the more purple. I looked and I looked, I could not find this set, and I eventually found a set that sold for $50 on auction with one bid. And it didn't have the box or anything, so I'm going to price those at least $75. I've sold chess pieces like that before and done well with them, so should make some good money on them. Should make some good money on this Hello Kitty CD player, cassette player. Talked about some of this Hello Kitty stuff. I think this also on the channel before. $5 is what I paid for it. The lady told me it was missing the cord, but the last time they used it, everything worked fine. Hopefully that's the case. Like the belts go bad in these cassettes and sometimes they don't work. If it is working as intended, I should be able to sell it for $75. Certainly cannot beat that. Here's an awesome pick up these games. Now, this is one of those situations for this garage sale. I started wearing those meta glasses to try to get footage better. And the weird things only let you record 3 minutes at a time. And of course, This is where I got the Hello Kitty item at here, and also that Miss Pac-Man I'll talk about in a little bit. But the footage went off, and then right after it went off, the woman is asking, hey, would you be interested in a Game Boy? Usually I ask about video games, and I get no, 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 sold them, no, 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 already sold them, no, 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 no. It was pretty late in the morning, and it was hard to be excited, so, you know, when you say, yeah, sure, show me the Game Boy, usually they pull out something like a cheap, generic handheld thing that's not a real Game Boy or something. But she had all this stuff, and I asked how much she wanted for it, and she thought about it for a while, and she said, how about $20? And I said, I'll take it for $20. Phenomenal deal. Now, there are some negatives here, which they're not really negatives, but I don't know what to call it, disappointments. Because you got this manual here, and these manuals are in super clean condition. Like Mario, Luigi Superstar Saga, pretty good game, I think like a $30 game, maybe $40 game, especially with the manual. It's not here. Pokemon Pinball is there, and that's probably ends up being the best game in the lot. I think that sells for around $60. Unfortunately, no other Pokemon games. The Turtles game isn't there. I think Woody Woodpecker. There's like a Zelda that wasn't there. And then a lot of games that are there, there's no manual for. So it's just kind of weird. Some of them do match up though. Mario Golf, I think, is like a $30 game. Wario Land 4 is like a $30, $40 game. Didn't have the manual though for it, unfortunately. You just got stuff like Looney Tunes, Shrek. I don't know. I don't think E.T.'s worth anything. There's Spy Kids. I actually didn't think that was there. Here's a Magical Quest Disney game. Actually, Magical Quest, what is it, 3 or 4 is actually a very valuable game. That one's only like $15. Ice Age, not a good one. So pretty cool to find all this stuff for sure. And of course, the SP alone, I can sell for $75 with the charger. There was no charger with it, unfortunately, but I can buy a replacement for like $12-15 if I remember right. It's been a while. Some decent, you know, lower end Mario games that are worth like $20. So I don't know exactly what all this is going to be worth, but for only paying $20, it's incredible. It's also very incredible when you collect video games like this and you ask so many times and the person actually just asks you if you want games. At another sale, probably missed some good stuff. Saw someone walking out with a bunch of games in a bag, and this was left behind. So if Lion King Super Nintendo for $5 was left behind, I'm assuming there's some good stuff there. But I picked it up because, I don't know, it's like a probably $15 game, free shipping, something like that, with this clean of a label. Couldn't leave it behind. This is a cool pickup. This is a vintage Viewmaster with a bunch of reels. And some of these are really cool. They're like Godzilla. Of course, there's Disney stuff there. And there's a certain one, I think it's called Astro World or something like that, where the reels will sell for a lot of money, like $90 to $100. But from what I tell, it's kind of basic stuff. But there's so many reels that, you know, it should be at least $40 and possibly $50 there for this set, especially with the Godzilla. I think there's some comic book stuff there too, like Batman and a Marvel reel vintage that people are going to want. Check out this Turtles stuff and Power Ranger stuff. Here's a sale with a bunch of toys, and I wish I could have dug through it more. I could have, I guess, but there were so many sales I was just trying to get through. And the person was being very weird with pricing. So I just made this pile, and he said $10. I was shocked because I was expecting him to say like 50 or 60 because he wanted some prices like that for other things. But I think I did pretty well. This troll had me very excited. This is a Turtles troll. Talked about these on the channel before now. In the Russia things, I saw it and I'm like, oh, that's worth over $100, maybe $200. I remember. Troll figures that are this size, Ninja Turtles, will sell for upwards to even $500, some of them. And this is from 2002. This isn't the original like 80s tall figure, giant figure, unfortunately. Still though, it is pretty good. It's got the actual nunchucks with it, so that's rare. I think it would sell for at least $30 plus shipping. A couple other Turtles from the early 2000s, which I'm not really into. I collect the stuff from the 80s and 90s. Still though, I threw them in the pile because I saw them. This is Imaginext Power Rangers. Even got the little missile in there, which is nice. Not huge money, piece by piece. There are some rare figures that sell for like $40, $50. I'll have to make sure I don't have any in there. But this mini, with this, I think I can sell for $40, $50. I've sold lots of the Power Rangers figures like this before, and they do well. Also got this Ninja Turtles vintage tray under here. TV tray, not worth a whole lot, even in good condition. It's got rust on it. Paid a couple bucks for it. I'm just going to throw it with the rest of my collection. But if I'm to add up the value of this stuff, it's not bad for only paying $10. Got some okay baseball gloves. We got Mizuno, Louisville Slugger, and a Wilson glove for $5. I think the best one was the Wilson glove that I saw selling for like $35 plus shipping. This one might have had some comps for around 30. And I think this one had some for around 25. Paid $3 for that one, $5 for that one, and $3 for that one. So just the bread and butter gloves here, adding them up, good profit. Here's one of these zip drives. I've been talking about these more on the channel. Unfortunately, this is not a USB one. The USBs are easy to test. This is an old serial port, which I don't have any kind of computer or way to hook it up to test it. I'm going to have to look to see if there's an adapter where I can maybe plug into one of those and switch it to USB, so I can test it. So all I can do is put a disc in and see if it seems like it's reading, which means I have to lower the price. If I can determine it works by finding an adapter to get it to work or finding a way to hook it up, I can sell it for probably $75 working. Paid $5 for it, so I'm going to make some good profit. Here are some cross-stitch items. $2 for this one, and then I got this sunset needlepoint. That one was $3. Saw some comps for this one, selling for $35, $40. I think all the way between $25 to $40. It's a nativity scene, stained glass look, so they'll probably sell good around Christmas. I'll probably price it like $30 plus shipping or something to start. This one wasn't as good. I think it was selling for like $15, but only paid $2 for it. Picked up this Miss Pac-Man because I've sold these before pre-owned on Amazon. I get it like $45, $50, so it was in the box. It is pre-owned, I asked the lady. But you know what? This is a different one. I'm not familiar. It's a different name. I believe the one I normally sell is Jack's Pacific. And this one's just MSI or something. So unfortunately, not great. I paid $4 for it. I think the Miss Pac-Man, the one I sell, has a bunch of other games on there with it. Is why it sells for more, but I still think I can make $10 on it. Here's something that I believe to be an amazing find. Now, after the community sale, I got back in my city and I saw a sign for a garage sale. It's just some guy pulling some stuff out of a shed. You can see how dirty it is. All the stuff was dirty, caked in dirt. I saw this, asked the price, said $1. Of course I'm paying $1 for it, right? It's a sealed portable CD player. This is a Philips. You usually want to find Sony on those because that's where the big money is. But this is a touch screen one. There was a couple that sold new for around $75 I saw. The only ones currently listed new are the cheapest one's $300. Now, I don't know if I can get $300. I don't know if someone's going to pay $300 for them, but I do know they'll pay $75 for them because there's a couple that sold. I'm probably going to price this $199. Let it sit for about a year and see if someone buys it and then just start marking it down, because a lot of times this stuff will just sell. If I could sell Philips on Amazon as a brand I'm not allowed to sell, then I would probably put it on there for like $200 or $300 and it would sell. There's somebody out there that's had one of these for years. They drop it and break it. They're going to want the same one. They're going to pay $200 for it. It's a large world out there. And if not, again, I'm making great money selling it for $75 eventually. They sell good pre-owned too. It looked like $35, $40 for some of the sets. Oh man, here's some more good stuff. Got these Kobe shoes, paid $5 for them. These are, what do they call them? Pink rose or something like that. Actually in pretty good condition. They're a little dirty, a little discolored, but yeah, these are like $150 pre-owned. So I got these Iron Age boots for $3. Iron Age makes some okay stuff. These are in incredible condition. They're just dirty. That's not even scuffs. That's just like dust on there. Should wipe right off. I saw this exact pair itself for, I think it was $40. So I'll probably price those like $30, $40 plus shipping. I also got that Nike binder back there. It's vintage. Some of the Nike Trapper Keepers do well. Saw this exact one sold for $25 plus shipping on eBay. So probably price that one $25 plus shipping. Only got $1 into it. I had to buy this Ninja Nutri Blend or whatever it's called. It was like $2. I've been considering getting something like this because using an actual blender to make like smoothies, protein shakes and stuff just takes so much cleaning. These are going to be much easier to use, I think, but still, I think I sell it for $30 or $40 pre-owned. It was looking like on eBay, so, you know, maybe I'll sell it. I don't know. Should make some good profit on it if I do. All right, we're getting close to the end. I got this 1984 vintage Candyland. I was just talking about these. I found a sealed, what was it, like 2002 Candyland that was worth about $50. And I was talking about how the 1984 sealed Candyland would sell for over $200 in some cases. But even pre-owned, they sell well. I should be able to sell this for like $30 plus shipping if it's complete. And I did open it up and take a look in there. So you look at it, open it real quick. I'm sure this video is getting long. but the pieces were very good condition. The cards, the manual, doesn't have that many pieces as far as I can remember. Box has a little bit of discoloration, but yeah, I think I'm going to sell that for at least 30. People like the vintage ones they played when they were kids in the 80s. They like to buy them for their kids. That's why you can get $30 for a Candyland. Not every Candyland is equal. So I picked up some hats that are pretty cool. Some of these I might even wear myself. Some Vans hats. $3 for that one. $3 for that one. $3 for this one. Here's a Boston Celtics, I want to call it New Balance. I know what these hats are. New Era. I think that one might sell for $25-$30 just because of the design. Some of the Celtics hats with the even lesser designs were selling for that much. And then we got this It hat, Pennywise. Paid $2 for that. I just see where this one sold new for $60, so I don't know what it would sell for pre-owned. Probably like $15-$20 max, but the Vans hats, I think there's at least $10 profit in them. Probably more like 15, so 10, 20, 30, 40. If we just say $50 on the hats, that's being generous, I think, on the profit that can be made. Then down there, I picked up this wrestling ring for a couple bucks. This one, I'll sell for like 15, 20 bucks plus shipping. However, I do have some figures that I'm going to be lotting and selling, so I'll probably throw the ring with them. There it is, everybody. Try to get through it as fast as possible. If you did enjoy the video, please hit that like button for me. I really do appreciate it. Subscribe, do all those things that makes YouTube happy. Hopefully you learned something and enjoyed the video. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, flipping_junk. And this has been Wick. Till next time.